Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. We are working on day number 7 already of our Wreathmas Week series. Can you believe it? Insert sad face right here. Yes, I know. We are almost done, but we still have today's episode and tomorrow's episode, so we still have basically 2 episodes left of Wreathmas Week 2025. I am loving chatting with all of you in the comments right down below. Give me a shout out, whatever you want to say, that's totally fine. I would love to hear from you right in those comments down below. And don't forget, down below as well is that playlist which will take you to a list of all the previous episodes if you've missed any or if you want to rewatch some of them as well. Today, day number 7, why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. I'm going to be using a 13-inch wide white grapevine wreath along with some greenery and some flocked greenery, these little wooden house ornaments that came in a pack of 3, some of these bottle brush Christmas trees, there's some red bulbs and some white berries. I'm going to use some flocked pine cones as well. And I'm going to be using these LED fairy lights. There's 20 in a pack along with my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. Here is my materials list for our creation. I'm starting off with my white grapevine wreath, my flocked florals, and my greenery as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing my flocked greenery in there. So this is greenery that just has a little spray coating on there to look like snow. The idea for this wreath is I wanted to create a winter village. So what I did was I started off on the outside and I kind of marked where I wanted my florals to go. So basically half of the wreath I want to cover in that flocked and the greenery as well. And I'm going to add full pieces in, and then right at the center I'm kind of cutting them in half and then cutting little pieces as well to fill up that center. And just to break up that flocking and all of that white a little bit, I'm taking some of my greenery on there that isn't flocked, and I'm just going to hot glue that every once in a while, like I said, just to break up all of that white. You don't necessarily have to do that if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. I just decided to add some of that greenery in there just to break it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is I'm taking those wooden houses. These are just ornaments, and I'm going to do a dry run. If you've watched me for a while, you know I like to do a little bit of a dry run when I'm placing everything. And once I'm happy with that, then I start coming in with my hot glue gun and just placing that in there with a little bit of hot glue on the back, just creating our little Christmas village. And of course, hot glue is hot. I just burned myself. Yes, yes, yes. I know. I burn myself all the time. It is the risk of the trade, I guess you will. But once I'm finished with my little village there, I'm going to add those bottle brush Christmas trees on there. I have white and green. There was a total of 3 of them that I decided to put on there. And I just took the little stems at the bottom, or the little place marks, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm just going to hot glue those trees in there. And it's a total of 3 that I'm adding in, 2 on one side, 1 on the other, to create a nice, beautiful little effect. And of course, I do pick up the wreath from time to time, like you're seeing here, just to make sure I'm happy with everything. Once I'm happy with that placement, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is adding some of these little flocked pine cones on there as well. So I love adding different textures, especially when you're using a lot of the same color. So if you're using a lot of the white or red or green or whatever you're using, I love to add a little bit of texture in there, so the pine cones really do add that as well. And for our fairy lights, I'm just going to wrap those around the Christmas trees. I'm going to put it on just to make sure my batteries work before I put everything in there. And then I'm going to throw a light right in one of the homes just to kind of light everything up. And I'm just going to use some hot glue at the back of the house, hold it there in place, and then I'm just going to continue on adding those Christmas lights on there. And then with the battery pack, all I'm going to do is take some hot glue, just hot glue that right on the back there so we have access to the battery pack so we can change it and we can turn turn it on and off. Here it is with my studio lights off. You can see it's all lit up and I'm loving how this is looking, and I love the warmth from those lights. And to add just a touch of color, I decided to use those red Christmas bulbs and just glue some of those in place. I think I have about 6 or 7 of them in there just to add a little bit of color. And our wreath is all done with that beautiful, I always just imagine kind of a wintry mountain, kind of the Swiss Alps when I look at this for Christmas, with all of our flocked and all of our snow. Here it is with the lights off in my studio and those glittery lights, those Christmas trees coming to life. And look, somebody's home. I wonder if they're putting up their Christmas tree. Here it is on my door in all of its glory with that great white grapevine wreath, all of our Christmas village in its glory, and at night it's all lit up. Those beautiful Christmas trees right in the background, casting that warm, beautiful light on a snowy, cold evening. And again, thank you so much for always continuing to support me during these week of wreaths. Don't forget that playlist is right down below. You can click on it and watch all the previous episodes. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.